Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello, no matter what. We're living this very unprecedented time. It is completely new. It is a completely new situation that the world has never faced before. So we want to stay focused on the love and light, the peace, the calm, to stay in the eye of the hurricane. To always, no matter where we go, there may be chaos around us, but we have to bring this peace, this centeredness, no matter where we go. For Saturn is creating this confinement, and it's like these rings of Saturn that's confining us. I do believe that the economical consequences of this crisis will be far worse than the sanitary condition, no matter what the people said. And also to do not forget, if you're in a place where there is certain restriction in mobility, to see if there is older people around you, to assist them, to contact, to let them know they're not alone. For older people, it's much harder to live, probably, most likely. For this, the highest protection we can find is that of God. It is God is the highest protection against all those things. It protects you, it protects your destiny. So utilize the power of the Christ, call on the Christ. The Christ is like an umbrella that will protect you. His wings will shelter you. Or the Buddha, or any ascended master, or archangels, or Allah, or just invoke those power, those spiritual power within yourself, and trust that this will actually protect you, and it will guide you. For nobody's perfect. The Christ wasn't perfect, the Buddha wasn't perfect. They attained perfection, but even then they did the best they could given the situation to anchor the divine light on the planet. For the nature of the mission of those beings were the mission of enlightenment. The Buddha went to teach compassion, the Christ went to teach the unity with the first source and center. I'm going to pull a few cards for I'm just thought I come here because we're living those times, and I hope this video, this message finds you in good health and in good spirit. For the higher we keep our frequency, the less chances that we can be affected by any form of illness. For once we address our inner shadows, then we are able, for the whole planet is working through this shadow aspect right now. For the highest wisdom is Atlantis. We all have to heal the traumas of the fall of Atlantis. Like 75% of the people, 75% of the people who live now experienced this fall of Atlantis, and before that there was the fall of Lemuria, the fall of Mu, the fall of Ignatius, the fall of Rama. There was many civilizations that were forgotten. And then there is all the wars and the past lives that we experience. So we have to heal all the traumas for all these memories coming back. It's been stored up inside those traumas, so they have to be released. What we need to understand is living or traveling. We're getting ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Bags are packed. But for now, there is travel restriction, but this will soon be over, and so we're ready to go. What we have to do is Egypt. It is the connection to the Akash, to the power of the pyramid, to the power to connect to wisdom, and to allow our guides and all the great spirits that works in the invisible realm to assist us in this personal empowerment. And the outcome will be the angelic frequency. Angels are very high beings. They are beings of great light. Do not think that angels are small beings. They are huge, but they do not have form, but they're very, very intelligent, and they're always in the grace. They're always working for the highest good of all, and they have their own and we are meant to ascend as to become physical angels that are manifesting. So we want to continue to tune in, to listen to the heart. For we've been told that spirituality and sexuality are incompatible, that spirituality and abundance, finances and money is incompatible. Those are false beliefs. For God is the source of all fulfillment, all abundance, and it's just a matter of not being possessed by what we possess. If we so much attached to what we have, then we fall into the materialistic trap. But if we can be free of attachment, we can enjoy everything without judgment, and we can find true fulfillment. For the old dogmas are not the truth. The old dogmas are quite impossible to achieve. They worked at the time because they were here to guide. But there is the living presence of God within yourself is far more attuned to what is going on right now and who you are now. For God knows the ins and outs of your life. He knows all from past, present, and future. So tune in and listen to what comes from within. Do not listen to me. Listen to what your heart tells you. In some sense, many people want to accept this unity consciousness, this heaven, but it's like a love, this ability to live in bliss and joy and eternal ecstasy is like almost too good to be true. They can't really believe it. They feel like sacrifice and suffering, it makes them more spiritual, which is not, it's not necessary. It's just it is, we do not need to make we sometimes we need to make personal sacrifices when it comes to our health or changing our habits to be more aligned to our new self, but in general our true self who wants to live our true passion and true desires, as long as we do not hurt anyone, then there is absolutely, it's all part of the past to be creative and expansive. There is the collective Christ that is awakening. This collective Christ, millions of Christ are returning, and it's through the inner self, through the collective Messiah. And this is the inner knowledge of our unity of self and source. And so this is coming. This is then will be utilized as God needs us. And once we follow the ways of the highest good of all. For I feel that closing down the economy is far worse than the sanitary concern, I think, in England and America to recommend people not to gather in huge groups, but to allow still people to operate their business and to work and taking precaution is, I think it's more intelligent. For Russia also close this border right from the start. There's like, I didn't follow that too close, but there's certain countries that close their border and they're a lot more protected than to take precaution. We will only be able to see what's really worked after. I'm not blaming anyone or anything. For those things are actually human created, and so. But I won't get too much into that. We can deal with that, and we will deal with that. But the economic slowing down will create more chaos than those problems. The problem is that it was created to create fear and interference in the path of ascension. But in essence, when people we can tune into that light, they cannot prevent the ascension. The ascension will happen. The powers that be wants to keep the power. Eventually, the whole truth will be known. For we have to heal those traumas that we have been stored up inside. And then once we find in empowerment, we can never be anymore affected by our environment. We are the one that are affecting the environment, mind over matter. But for that, we need to first achieve that alignment of the supremacy of mind over matter. And whenever you have a mechanism that is either fearful or negative or not pleasant, do not think that you have to follow the whole process all the way to completion. Just breathe and reset. Just create a blank. If it comes back, just do it again. But because those process mental, I've gained reason. The negative process, I've gained certain rhythm within the mind, and so they need to be stopped before they take too much momentum. So just stand in you can always call the power of reset to whenever you tune in to the light and love, the unity, the void, the breathing, the surrendering to God, in the arms of God. What can happen to you when you're with God? You know you're safe. It's like, but this will come. For we want to come in total acceptance of all life. It's not even the darkest forces all have to be accepted in the reality of all that is. When we are in the total acceptation that there is no more contrast, then we can. Those darker forces will be dealt with, but we are in acceptance of that. We are in a higher self. We are connected to soul and spirit. There is only love, the love that is the source of all things. So I just wanted to come and say hello. I hope I find you in good health and good spirit, for we have to navigate those times. It will take more than probably a month or 2 months before it's all. It will pass, but it's not. We can't expect in 2 weeks that everything will be solved. We want to send a lot of light and love and into this. Those viruses are living organisms. They are only one intelligence is to survive, and for that they're finding hosts. But we want to send our love and light to, whether it's green light, violet fire, golden light, white light, into those organisms in order to diminish their potency and to confine as much as possible. For if we did not do that, if the galactic didn't utilize their power right from the start to do that, millions, hundreds of millions of people could have been dead by now, but there's only a few thousand. So I'm not saying that it's terrible that people would die from such a self-created disease, but it's been diminished. And continue to put your energy to diminish its power, and do not succumb into the fear process that's been broadcasted worldwide into this whole that freezes up the whole program. And so continue to. I want to say also that there's also problems in Eastern Africa with the crickets. The crickets is thus also the source of that problem is bioengineering by men. It's not something that came naturally. But the Chinese was very, I saw the Chinese solution was quite intelligent. They proposed to send a few 100,000 ducks, and the ducks would eat the crickets. Then after that, we can be invaded by ducks. They're going to be invaded by ducks, but ducks are eatable. So if there is an invasion, too many ducks I'm more into promoting vegetarian nutrition, for it is lighter, it is easier, it is but I think this would be this could help as well, for we are living in a shifting time. I'm trying to sing a song. I'm still trying to eliminate all this this tobacco I've been smoking for 40 years. And so here it's a boat, it's a painting of a boat, it's the third one. I was reviewing my paperwork, and I started with a very small boat, and they're getting bigger, so eventually I paint some larger boat. And this is a self-portrait. It's quite important because it's all my astrology. It's important for me, but in terms of cultural evolution, understanding, consciousness, because when we are born, we are imprinted with celestial energies by the planets, and those what we call birth chart will remain throughout our whole life. It will be filters of our perception. I am Pisces, ascendant Pisces, and it's quite a nice painting. I like it. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a French song. It's about somebody who wants to be taken to the other side of the world, thinking that everything will be easier once we'll be in a warm place. And it's an old French song. I feel like it goes like this. Vers les docks où le poids et l'ennui me courbent le dos. Ils arrivent le ventre alourdi de fruits les bateaux. Ils viennent du bout du monde apportant avec eux des idées vagabondes au reflet de ciel bleu, de mirages, traînant un poids fin poivré de pays inconnus, d'éternels étés où l'on vit presque nu sur les plages. Moi qui n'ai connu toute ma vie que le ciel du nord, j'aimerais débarbouiller ce gris environ de bord. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Dans les bars à la tombée du jour avec les marins, quand on parle de filles et d'amour, un verre à la main. Je perds la notion des choses et soudain ma pensée m'enlève et me dépose un merveilleux été sur la grève, où je vois tendre dans les bras l'amour qui comme un fou court au vent de moi et se prend le coup de mon rêve. Quand les bars ferment, que les marins rejoignent leur bord, moi je rêve encore jusqu'au matin, debout sur le port. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Un beau jour sur un rafio craquant de la coque au pont. Pour partir, je travaillerai dans la soute à charbon, prenant la route qui mène à mes rêves d'enfant sur des îles lointaines où rien d'important que de vivre, où les filles à languisse vous ravissent le cœur, entrées sans m'attendit de ces colliers de fleurs qui enivrent. Je fuirai laissant là mon passé sans aucun remords, Sans bagage et le cœur libéré en chantant très fort. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Emmenez-moi au bout de la terre, emmenez-moi au pays des merveilles. Il me semble que la misère serait moins pénible au soleil. Song of Charles Aznavour. It's about if we're gonna feel miserable, we may as well be in the sun. That was the idea. He was ready to leave everything behind, just to go in, no matter how, to live, to experience something else. And so soon. I will travel again very soon, so you will be very appreciated. I hope you're living this confinement time if you're in a place where it's confined. For it's like still be prudent. If you're no confinement, just avoid, of course, but great gathering of people, or like, but do not be afraid of that of life, of yourself, of others. It's like, for the card of the day is the 3 of every year. Do what you love. Professional or artistic evolution, working in team or cooperate. So for now we are in confinement, but very soon teams are going to be forming. We're going to be forming groups. We're going to be able to move project forwards by cooperation in joining in common goals. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Namaste.